Hello YouTube, and today I'm reviewing the Space Museum in the Chase. This review was requested by Harry Williams, I think. Please go and check his channel out. He's got some brilliant videos. So if you look at the actual box case, you've got Doctor Who in some foil writing. You've got the Empire State Building, the Mary Celeste, 2 Daleks and 2 Mechanoids, 2 Daleks and another Mechanoid, and the TARDIS and the White City, I think it was called. The stories there, and then the story's name there again. So now I shall review the Space Museum, because this is the first story in the box set. Now, the Space Museum is a very underrated story in my opinion. Whether it's because the Chase followed on from this, and the Chase is brilliant. Yeah, this story is really interesting. I love the whole idea of it, because this story sort of, I think it links from the Crusade. I hope the Crusade comes out on DVD, because 2 episodes do exist. I would like, well, stories I would like to see on DVD. I am getting sidetracked, but I would like to see the Moon Base, the Crusades, and the Underwater Menace at least come out on DVD. Yeah. Anyway, you see the first shot of the Doctor and his companions in the TARDIS in their Crusade outfit, and then they suddenly change, and like Vicky's like, "Have you noticed we've changed?" And they're like, "Oh nonsense, my dear, we couldn't have." And then William Hartnell looks up and like, "Oh, we have." And then Vicky goes run and checks like all the wardrobe in like their ordinary outfits, while the Doctor, ordinary outfit because he wore the same sort of outfit like throughout this whole tenure, is in the wardrobe, and the outfit they wore in the start of the Crusades is there. And then the Doctor asks for a glass of water. Vicky goes and gets it, drops the glass, and then the glass magically forms back together with the water still in the cup. Now that's to do with the Space Museum itself. Now there's a Dalek in the museum, and that sort of I think is foreshadowing the arrival of the Daleks in the next story. There's a funny moment when Hartnell gets inside the Dalek going, "I am the master." It is very funny, Hartnell doing the Dalek voice. William Russell is very much like John Pertwee in episode 3, attacking the Morlocks, and trying to get Vicky and Barbara to give them time to escape, basically. Now, the interesting thing, what I like about the story as well, is that the Doctor and the companions see the TARDIS, and the Doctor walks straight through the TARDIS, like, hang on, because the TARDIS is in the museum at this point, and they see themselves as exhibits, and the Doctor's like, we can't become exhibits. Something must have happened here. We must have done something to cause it. So they're trying to like not do anything bad. They're trying to escape the museum before they actually become exhibits of the museum. And I shan't spoil the rest of the story. That's just a brief sort of thing. Yeah. So if you look at the cover, we've got the young Morlocks who are helping the Doctor and his companions. We've got the museum there. The Doctor becoming a part of the museum. Well, the picture we saw. Well, the actual thing when we see them part of the museum. Morlock there, and then you got the TARDIS being hollowed out there. Hartnell years, the spine there. This story is by Glenn Jones, and got some nice pictures there. First broadcast on the 24th of April to the 15th of May 1965. If we look at the special features of the story, we've got a commentary defending the museum that looks at Robert Sherman, provides good reason why this story is very underrated. My grandfather, the Doctor, that looks at the granddaughter of William Hartnell, talking about William Hartnell. Holiday for the Doctor, that's just a spoof, not really fond of that. Radio Times of Things, that just looks at the Space Museum. Photo gallery, production information, subtitles, and the coming soon trailer, which is the Myths and Legends box set. Yeah, the Space Museum is a really good story. I highly recommend you watch this. I enjoyed it more the second time around than the first. The first time I was like, oh, it's a terrible story. Whether it was because I watched this before I went to sleep like a party each night, and I actually did enjoy. I actually enjoyed it, which is nice. Now move on to the chase. Yeah, the chase is very much like, what can we do? We've had the Daleks go to their home planet, we have the Daleks invade Earth. Hang on, let's combine them and let's have the Daleks chasing after the Doctor. So if you look at the cover of the DVD, we've got the Empire State Building, Mary Celeste, Dalek, Mechanoid, Dalek, Mechanoid. This is the last story to feature Ian and Barbara. Yeah. This story actually affects William Hartnell. I don't think William, at the last episode when, well, the goodbye scene when the Doctor sets the controls for Barbara and Ian to leave, I think it isn't William Hartnell playing the Doctor, it's William Hartnell being himself, because they were with William Hartnell from day one, and I think it affected William Hartnell, and I don't think he ever thought the show thought the same again, really. Well, he loved the role, yeah. But yeah, the story introduces Peter Purves and the Mechanoid. So we look inside the DVD. Got the disc one there. I absolutely love disc 2's artwork. I'd like to get a poster of it. I did that, the poster. The chase is really good. You go to many different places. Yeah, the chase is a fantastic story. I absolutely love the chase. It's a definite watch for chase. Yeah, highly recommend the chase. It's a lot of fun. You go to sort of a Hammer horror place, the Mary Celeste, the Empire State Building, the White City. Ooh, spooky. Yeah, but there is one thing what's quite funny about the story is the Doctor's double. Now the Daleks create a clone of the Doctor, or an android, whatever, and it's quite interesting because the person they got to play the Doctor's double, instead of using William Hartnell himself, they used a random chap who didn't look like William Hartnell at all. The story also introduces the Mechanoid, who were put into place to rival the Daleks, but they didn't really succeed. They still got a little action figure in the 60s and comic strips like the Daleks, but they didn't go much further than that, really. This also introduces a new companion, Stephen Taylor, played by Peter Purves, who would later go on to present Blue Peter. Yeah, so if you look at the special features of this DVD, if I can get the booklet, which is here, this is a 6-parter. It's got Cusick in Cardiff, that I just looked at. Raymond Cusick, who sadly passed away about 3 or 4 weeks ago now. Looking at the creation of the, looking at the bronze Dalek design, the thrill of the chase, that looks at the making of the story. The last up, the White City, that just looks at Ian and Barbara, sort of time on Doctor Who. Daleks Conquer and Destroy, that just looks at the Daleks themselves. Daleks Beyond the Screen looks at the merchandise. The original Monster Makers, that's all in the title. Follow That Dalek and amateur footage, filmed in 1967, looking around the sort of Doctor Who models. Give us a slideshow that looks at the 60 stories presented in 7 slides each. Radio Times listings, photo gallery and the coming soon trailer. I think this story has a sliver in it. I think it does have a sliver in. I'm not 100% sure if it does have a sliver in. But yeah, the Daleks themselves, what can you say? Brilliant as ever. Now this story, you may know this, but in the background of the story they had sort of static Daleks that wouldn't move, but one of them by the computers was actually in the Peter Cushington movie, but they stripped it down to like the big cups off the ears, and the big sort of fender, and you just your bog standard Dalek. But yeah, I don't know what scene it is. The chase, I would like to point this out. There is a funny video when the Doctor is messing around with the visualizer, I think it is, the big machine, in the first episode of the Doctor and Vicky, well, the Doctor telling Vicky off. Now, it's William Hartnell mumbling, and I won't spoil it because I'll put the link in the description. It's quite funny, but if you're under 12, don't watch it. It's not rude, it's just got swearing in it. Well, it sounds like William Hartnell swearing, but it's not him actually swearing. But it does sound very similar. The chase is a lot of fun. Highly recommend you watch this story. But it is a bit slow in places, but it is really enjoyable. It does make up in some places. Now, my next William Hartnell DVD review will be of the Aztecs Special Edition. But my next Doctor Who DVD next review will be of the Ghost of N-Space, and then the Ark in Space, and then this. Yeah, so join me next time as I shall review some more Doctor Who stories. Thank you for watching.